Shalom Akim. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Double honor to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone. And peace and blessings to the Akim that's doing his work in sincerity and truth. And I want to make a response video, okay? I believe this is supposed to be the Hebrew school, so what they call it. And this is a video that's been circulating, past few days, and it's concerning the Arab leaders so-called writing a letter to these so-called Hebrew school, okay, and them stating that the 12 tribes, black, brown people here in America are of the 12 tribes, and these people are rejoicing over these heathens, recognizing them being the true people that belong in the land of Israel, and they use that as a validation, okay, for their doctrine, you see, but here at Great Millstone, we know through faith and through the scriptures, and the problem with these guys is that, they think this is some type of black thing, all right? The Lord is not coming to save black people, okay? All right? But like you want to call it, okay? The 12 tribes is of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans of Negroid and Indian descent on their father's side, okay? That makes up the 12 tribes of Israel, okay? Now, this is doctrine that's going around, stating that all 12 tribes are supposed to be so-called black people, and the scriptures say otherwise, and this is how that these people, that follow this doctrine, they don't have the truth, okay? All right, so I'm going to go into the scriptures and we're going to get into it, okay? First scripture I want to grab is, Salakia, real quick. Okay, we're gonna grab Ezekiel 37. Now, the main part of these doctrines, okay, all right. First of all right, when you go back to this guy, let me get back on him real quick. This guy. Okay, first of all, he has a suit and tie on, okay, all right. So you got these guys that follow, that know that they're Israel, but they still have that westernized mentality, okay, all right, because his church is like a so-called Christian setting, all right, and Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is not coming back with no three-piece suit, man, all right, he's not coming back with no three-piece suit, he's not coming back with a fresh lineup, okay, or with a we want to call it shaved head on the sides, okay, all right, he's coming back with stained garments, okay, as described in Isaiah 63rd chapter, and these guys are following the Western way of living, okay, all right, and the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is not dealing with these people, so now I want to get Ezekiel 37, okay, because the main part of their doctrine, okay, is that they go into Ezekiel 37, okay, and then they go into Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and they think that's it, all right, okay, boom, we know we're Israel, all right, and that's it, there's more to it than that, than what it is to that doctrine, okay, all right, so let's get into it. This is Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 1. And the hand of Yahweh was upon me, and carried me out in the spirit of Yahweh, and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones. Verse 2. And caused me to pass about them round about, and behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry, And this is likening to all right, those dead bodies shall be lying in the streets of Sodom and Egypt, which is in Revelation 11 and 8. Okay, these are these dry bones. Okay, these dead bodies. Okay, all right, spiritually dead. Okay, so this is the Lord dealing with Ezekiel through the Spirit, and he's seeing these dry bones. Okay, right? And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord Yahweh, thou knowest. Again he said unto me, Prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of Yahweh. Thus say Yahweh power unto these bones, Behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. And I will lay sinews upon you, and bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. Right? So now he's giving Ezekiel a commandment. So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone. And when I beheld, lo, the sinews of the flesh came up, and upon them the skin was covered them above, but there was no breath in them. Okay, so all right, the skin and the sinews and everything else, the joints came together. All right, and they came together as far as them knowing who they are. Okay, all right, but there was no breath in them. Okay, so this is where you people in those churches, okay, that know that you're Israel, all right, but you're not following the proper doctrine, okay, as far as you recognizing the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans being of the whole house of Israel, the 12 tribes, okay, all right. There's no breath in you, okay. There's no breath in you because the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is not dealing with you when you're going with that type of doctrine, okay. We're gonna get that word breath, okay.
Strong's H 7307. Ruach.
Yeah, he's going off though. But as far as breath means wind, breath, mind, spirit. Okay? The spirit is not in you people, man. You know? All right? The spirit is not in you. Prophetic spirit. You know? All right? Right? As a gift preserved by Yahweh's spirit. You know? But that's the point I want to make right there. You know? There's no breath in them. Okay? So this is where you stand at, right? Right? So he's given Ezekiel further commandments. Okay? Right? Verse 9. Then said he unto me, Prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, Thus say Yahweh power, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live. Okay, so this is where the great millstone come in. Okay, all right, because we out there week in and week out. All right, and we prophesy into the wind. Okay, all right, and that word is going out through via internet. Okay, which I can grab that in Psalms the 19th chapter. You know, all right, and it's going out to the four winds. Right, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live. Right, right. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, in an exceedingly great army. Okay, all right. So that's talking about the men of great millstone. All right, that got that breath, man. That got that spirit, man. Okay, all right, all right. The Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is dealing with the great men of great millstone. Okay, all right. Starting with the apostles and elders and the men on down under them. Okay, all right. This is where we come in. Okay, so now, being that we have that established already, though, okay, because you recognize this scripture, all right, as that doctrine, and Ezekiel 37. So now I need you to, we're gonna jump down, and this is the churches, all right, you Hebrew, so-called Hebrew churches, okay, all right, that don't recognize the Native Americans and Latinos as part of the 12 tribes. I need you to break down Ezekiel 37 and 16 on down, okay. All right, that's your homework assignment. All right, but we're going to get into it right here. All right, this is Ezekiel 37 and 16. Moreover, son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel and his companions. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel and his companions. Now, what does that mean? Okay? All right? What does that mean? You see? Because now, when you're dealing with the tribe of Judah, okay? All right? Which is really mainly dealing with the so-called Negroes, okay? All right? Which our Lord came out of, okay? King David came out of, King Solomon came out of, you know? This is the head tribe, okay? Which is you Negroes, okay? But for the most part, it's the three tribes, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, okay? All right? Chiefly, okay? So now, the majority of the other tribes are not of Negroid descent, okay? They're of Indian descent, okay, so to speak, okay? All right? And that goes for the house of Joseph, which is Ephraim, which is interchangeable, okay? And for the house of Israel. So now, when you read the scriptures and it's talking about the house of Judah and the house of Israel, okay, that's what it's talking about. The house of Israel. It's talking about the Latin tribes, okay? All right, right? Verse 17. All right. Well, first of all, let's get into it. And join them one to another unto one stick, and they shall be one in thy hand. Right? All right. So now let's get that word stick. Okay. Stick. All right. Tree, wood, timber, stock, plank, stalk, stick, gallows, tree, wood, pieces of wood, gallows. But that's the point right there. Wood, okay, plank, all right? Because now that's what we do on the highways and byways. We're out there with that tribe sign because you had made a slick remark about the phony 12 tribe sign, all right? This right here in the scriptures, okay? This is what the men of Yahweh Bashim Awashai are going to be doing, okay? All right? All right? This is prophesied by our forefather Ezekiel, right? It says, join them one to another unto one stick, and they shall be one in thy hand, right? Verse 18, and when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, what wilt thou show us that thou meanest by these? Meaning that when the people see the 12 tribe sign out there on that plank of wood, okay, all right, the 12 tribes from their respective tribes, okay, we have the so-called byword, the so-called slave names of the tribe, and then we have their true biblical nationality on it, all right? It's saying, and when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, what wilt thou not show us, what thou meanest by these, right? This is what they say, okay? Because every time we out there camping, we had that sign out there, okay? And people come by and ask about that 12 tribe sign. So we break it down to them, okay? Say unto them, verse 19, say unto them, thus say Yahweh power, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, okay, which is the top tribe of the northern kingdom, okay, which is just so-called Puerto Ricans, okay, all right, and the tribe of Israel and his fellows, and put them with him, even the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in thy hand, okay. All right. So this is the joining of all the tribes together. Right. And the sticks whereon thou writest shall thou be in thy hand before their eyes. You see. Right. And the sticks whereon thou writest shall be in thy hand before thy eyes. Okay. So now we have we are identifying the 12 tribes. Okay. All right. Verse 21. And say unto them, thus say Yahweh power, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land. You see that? You know? And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king unto them all, which is King David. Okay, I'm gonna grab that in Jeremiah, the 30th chapter, you know. And they shall be no more two nations, neither shall thou be divided into two kingdoms any more at all. Okay, so now I want to stop right there, because he did mention the split. Okay, All right. Now keep the split in mind with the northern and southern kingdom. Okay. All right. He did mention throughout the video that they went into Assyrian captivity. You know. Okay. And he also mentioned about the heathens that were brought into that land also. Okay. But what he didn't bring up or elaborate on was what happened to the tribes that were carried away in Assyrian captivity. Okay. All right. See, we come with 100% truth here, man. You know. All right. He talks about the heathens being in that land, but he never said what happened to the children of Israel that were in the Syrian captivity. Okay. So now we're going to get that out of the Apocrypha, you know. All right. And if you don't recognize the Apocrypha as being part of the original 1611, then the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shai is not dealing with you. Point blank, period. Okay. Because the Apocrypha is part of the scriptures. All right. So now if you coming up short on your doctrine, or you don't recognize the Apocrypha as being part of the Holy Scriptures, okay, that means you taking away from the Scriptures, my man. Okay. Now we're going to talk about this is the 13th chapter in Second Esdras, the 13th chapter. Okay. All right. We're going to talk about that. Another peaceable multitude. Okay. This is when Yahushua came back, and there's another peaceable multitude. All right. That comes near unto Yahushua when he comes back. Right. It gets into it. All right. Verse 40. This is Second Esdras. Okay. In the Apocrypha. All right. Part of the original 1611 King James Version. Because I see you guys do use the King James Version. Okay. All right. And we recognize the Apocrypha as part of the Holy Scriptures. Okay. Right. This is Second Esdras chapter 13, verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hoshea the king, whom Shalmaneser, the king of Assyria, led away captive. And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. Okay, so this is where we leave off from 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, okay, which he had mentioned. All right, you see? All right, now we're getting the further story of what happened to the northern tribes, those 10 tribes. What happened to them? Okay, all right. This is verse 41. But they took counsel amongst themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. Okay, so they took counsel among themselves. All right, the 10 tribes to remove themselves from the heathen that were in that land of Samaria. Okay, you know, right? Verse 42, that they might keep their statutes and they never kept in their own land, right? And they enter into Euphrates by the narrow places of the river, right? Okay, this is all, they're setting sail, okay, leaving that land of Assyria, okay? So now it's going to tell you where they're going. For the Most High then showed signs for them. He held still the flood till they were passed over. And through that country, there was a great way to go, namely a year and a half. And the same region is called Azareth. Okay, so this is when the 10 tribes came over here to the Americas. Okay, all right. Now, there's a point here where it says a year and a half, okay, that it took to go one way. Okay, so when you go back to when King Solomon was king, okay, we had merchants going back and forth between this land here in the Americas and bringing back all the goodly merchandise back to King Solomon. Okay, all right. You can read that in the Book of Kings. Okay, but we're dealing with history here. You know what I'm saying? So that land that was a long way to go. Okay, which was a year and a half, which Yahweh held back the waters and showed them signs to be able to come over here on this land, because this land was not inhabited at the time. Okay, all right. So now when you get into history, you can go back and look at ancient stones, okay, that were that have the commandments in Hebrew. Okay, all right. You can look that up. All right, it's all over the internet. Okay. Another thing too is that you can look at pyramids built in the Americas, Central and South America. Okay, all right. Those pyramids were the same pyramids that you would see in Egypt. Okay, as us being in captivity over in Egypt under Pharaoh. Okay, so these are the same people. And even when you go even further deeper through the spirit, okay, all right, the tribe of Issachar, which is the so-called Mexicans, okay, those guys are one of the best masonries on the planet, okay. They have businesses where they deal with masonry work, as far as with concrete and with tile, with brick, with mortar, they're very, very skillful at building, okay, and dealing with concrete and masonry work, man, to this day, okay, all right. You have a lot of these businesses, okay, which Edomites own. They have Issachar doing the work, okay, all right, so-called Mexicans doing the work. Even you have Issachar going into business for themselves, doing masonry work, man. Very skillful, So back to the point, okay, right? This is verse 46, though. So they came to the land of Azareth, which is the Americas. They dwelt there until the latter time. And now when they shall begin to come, right? To come what? To come to the Heavenly Father, All right? This is the latter time, And the highest shall stay the springs and the streams again, and they may go through. Therefore shallest thou the multitude with peace. But that's the point right there. But it tells you that those 10 tribes were carried away, okay, all right, under Shalmaneser, I believe it's the 5th, okay, and to the Syrian captivity, okay, all right, which is in 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, all right. Now, that story picks up on what happened to those 10 tribes to when they came over to the Americas, which is in the Apocrypha, man. Okay? All right? This is part of world history. Okay? All right? You see? Now, you need to break that down. Okay? All right? Now, we're going to get, real quick, we're going to get, let's see, I'll get it from here. Let's get Hosea 1 and 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. Okay? Keep that in mind. The scriptures say that we're as the sand of the sea. Okay? So now when you go onto a beach, you see how the sand of the sea is? Okay? All right, in an innumerable number that you cannot be numbered or measured. Okay, didn't the scripture say, okay, Hebrew school, that we will be scattered into the four corners of the earth? Okay, all right. So it's very simple and feeble-minded for you to think that all 12 tribes are going to be Negroes, a bunch of Negroes coming out of Detroit. It's simple for you to even have that type of mentality. Okay, all right. The scriptures say that he's going to bring us from among the heathen. Okay, right? And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall say unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, and for great shall be the day of Jezreel. And we're going to appoint that one head, which is King David. Okay? But it makes a separation here. It says the children of Judah and the children of Israel. Okay? All right? So you can't say that the children of Judah and the children of Israel, okay, which is talking about the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, that they are going to be of Negroids, a whole bunch of Negroes. Okay? A whole bunch of Richard Roundtrees, so to speak. All right? Your typical Israelite, okay, all right, that's part of the elect, all right. It's not gonna be 144 Richard Roundtrees, man. Okay, all right. Let me grab about to finish it out. Let me grab Jeremiah, right? Let's go chapter 30. Right? Verse 3. For lo, the days come, say Yahweh, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, saith Yahweh, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. Okay? So we already know through the scriptures that we don't need no heathens, okay, trying to validate our heritage. Okay? All right? That shows you a lack of faith. Okay? And your congregation looks like they're dead. You try to going through the scriptures and trying to explain something to them, and they look like they sleep. You know? Right? Verse 4. And these are the words that Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. Okay? That's the point of this chapter right here. Okay? All right? So it's saying concerning Israel and concerning Judah. All right? That's the northern and southern kingdom, which were not all Negroes. Okay? All right? I want to jump down to verse 8. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. Okay? Because everywhere that we're scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, we're on the bottom, and we were being ruled by our oppressor. You see? Right? But they shall serve Yahweh their power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. You see? Okay? That's that king that we're going to appoint. Right? Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith Yahweh, neither be dismayed, O Israel. For lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. Okay? Which is throughout the four corners of the earth. Okay? All right? Not just coming out of Detroit. You know? And Jacob shall return, and shall be at rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. You know? But that's the point right there. You know? Concerning this new one. Okay? This new guy here. You know?
That's right.
Or in anybody coming up under the guise of this Christian setting, which they recognize themselves as being Hebrews though, but the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Shah is not dealing with these people, man. Okay? All right? They don't have full understanding of the scriptures. For you to make that sly comment to about the fake 12 tribe chart, okay? All right? So I need you to break down Ezekiel 37 and 16 on down, all right, to the end. I need you to break that down. You Hebrew conglomerates, Christian setting churches that are all of a sudden sprouting up. You know? All right? So I hope the lesson was edifying, Akim. I want to give all honors and praises and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And peace and blessings to the Akim that's doing his work in sincerity and truth. Shalom.